Your feelings are valid, right? Your emotions, while we don't have to act on them, we don't have to blow up and get angry, we don't have to fall into spirals of depression all the time. Your emotions give you valuable information about your environment and about how you're processing that environment and about how you should or could take action in your life accordingly. We can trip up and think that our emotions are like fucking us up, that they are betraying us, but that's only if we're coming from a place of, emotional dysregulation. We can process our emotions from a regulated space, which gives us the capacity to not only feel them actually more deeply, but draw more lessons and more wisdom from this space of emotional feeling. It comes to a point where decision making becomes a lot easier when we can utilize all of our resources, our logical mind and our feeling mind, if you want, our feeling body. We don't have to throw away our emotions just because they might feel overwhelming or because it might feel like they're betraying us or it's too much to feel all of this. So I think a lot of what we've done in Western culture is discarding our feelings in place of logic because in a way it's easier. Emotions can be so overbearing and so overwhelming that they do things like, force us to make stupid decisions, force people to commit suicide. Emotions, when not treated properly, can be really turbulent and less than productive. But we can say the same thing with a purely logic-based approach as well. There is a beautiful balance to be found in the middle way, in feeling our emotions deeply from a space of regulation and then processing those emotions and taking action from a very grounded and safe feeling space. So while we don't have to succumb to our emotions, while we don't have to necessarily blow up and scream and fight and argue with people, what we can do is use that information and say, well, if for example, a person is making me so angry that I want to yell and kick and scream, and that's giving me a lot of information about that person, about that situation, and perhaps steps that I need to take that would be better, like removing myself from the situation or, whatever needs to be done. While we don't have to act directly on how we're feeling, it still gives us valuable information that we can use in order to move forward in a progressive way in life. So how can we feel our emotions without being so overwhelmed by them? Well, I think one of the greatest ways that we can really tap into the present moment, into our power, into the body, is through the breath. Through conscious breathing. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth or nose, coming into now, this present moment, now, here. This is where your power lies. There is nothing you can do in the past. There is nothing you can do in the future because it's not here. What's here is now. And the more that we can create this space for being present here and now, the better our future will become and the better we can process our past. So when emotions are overwhelming, taking conscious steps to consciously breathe and consciously be here now, presently, we can often ride those waves of emotion with a lot more grace and a lot more compassion. conscious breathing is one of the greatest ways we can come into creating just a deeper space, a deeper ability for us to just have the capacity to hold more emotion. When we're calm and centered and grounded, we can handle a lot more. When we're stressed and everything is building up and up and up and up, that's what they say, like it takes a straw to break the camel's back. When you're already just like overloaded with everything. This is about creating a depth and a capacity to hold those deep, big feelings and process them with a bit more love and a bit more compassion for yourself. So if you're having those like massive, overwhelming emotions, it's for a reason. It's not for no reason. Like, do not gaslight yourself. Like, some changes need to be made in your life or in the way that you're processing life in order to come out of that space, in order to have some, let's just be real, have some nicer emotions. Like, it's really, really hard to be stuck in just in that space of a complete overwhelm with life, or depression, where you're feeling like so detached from life and you can't connect and you just can't get out of bed or do anything. That can be a lot, and we really want to have an opportunity to create nicer feelings for ourselves. Let's be real, to create peace and joy and love and harmony, that which you truly already are. It's more about shifting away these like false stories that are limiting us to negative feeling. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope this was of use for you. I'm really enjoying sharing more like this, and I hope that you find value from it too, because I am deeply feeling called to share more in this capacity. Maybe not while I'm driving. I did buy a microphone today, so we'll do some sit down videos in the future. Anyway, wishing you so much peace and love and joy.